Hello guys, we are Mushrooms and today we're going to explain you guys few things you need to know about self-directed learning. Have you guys ever heard about self-directed learning? What is it that comes to your mind when you hear self-directed learning? Now let's talk about this a little further. So, self-directed learning is a strategy which allows learners to take charge of their own learning process. For example, is to identify learning goals, select learning strategies, or evaluate learning performances and outcomes. Or to make it easy to understand, self-directed learning is basically a process that someone will take with their own initiative without the help of others in finding out their learning needs.
In this video, we are going to show you how to practice self-directed learning, as well as the advantage of applying it in your life. The aim is to encourage you. Our view is to know and practice self-directed learning yourself. This is especially important to students living in the pandemic to help you cope with the new challenges that come with online learning, such as lack of growth and motivation and dependent learning. Here are some ways you can apply self-directed learning. First and foremost, you have to determine your goal. What are you hoping to achieve?
Whoa, this design is really cool. You know what? I want to try learning design. Why? Well, I want to challenge myself and I think that this would help me. Considering this isn't mandatory in any way, shape, or form, I'll pass. It's not like I'll be graded for it or anything. Hey, it doesn't hurt to know more than you already do, you know? It also doesn't hurt to just not. Besides, I'm pretty content with the things I've already learned, so good luck. Have fun.
Once you have a goal, you must now make appropriate plan and take the correct course of action. Keep track of your progress.
Hey, so how's your self-directed learning thing going? Hey, it's going really well. I learned more about design and its principles, and overall, I find the subject really interesting. Cool. I'm just gonna go take my 5th nap of the day now. Yeah.
Now that you successfully initiated self-directed learning, you can proudly display what you learned.
So you've learned to create designs on your own now? Yep. Wow. Good for you. I wouldn't have expected you to be able to make this a month ago. You can do the same for your own interests. I don't know, it sounds like too much work. Maybe someday.
Based on watching person A and B interact, you can tell that person A gains and develops new things from practicing self-directed learning, while person B struggles with wanting to learn something new but fears putting the extra effort. Let's analyze the effects of applying self-directed learning and the effects of not applying self-directed learning in your educational journey. First, when you apply self-directed learning such as person A, you can have a personalized approach towards what you learn. This is because in self-directed learning, you get to choose what and how you want to learn a particular subject. Therefore, when you create learning goals, you can be sure to achieve them because you know yourself best and you know your own learning style. Second, self-directed learning can be done in your own pace, which means you will be less constrained by location and time. Of course, when you are very passionate about it, the process goes by quick. But for complex subjects that requires time and effort, self-directed learning can provide you the flexibility of learning anywhere and at any time. This is where creating a plan is important to make sure you can keep progressing ahead. Finally, when you practice self-directed learning, you are bound to develop a proper self-discipline through habit and self-instigated work. Since many of the steps require your own effort and will to learn something you want, you must hold yourself accountable at times and make sure you stick to the plan and achieve your goals. This trait is a good trait to have and maintain in the future to keep yourself knowledgeable and unveil new opportunities. Now, for some of you that identify yourself in person B's mentality and lifestyle, these are some effects that you may experience or already do experience in your day-to-day life. One of the effects of unexamined learning is developing a lazy attitude. As seen, person B tends to procrastinate and put off from doing or learning something he has interest in. This mentality stems from believing that knowledge and resources will appear before you and be handed to you on a silver platter, but this is not always true. Another effect of unexamined learning is not knowing that you like and dislike. People who are like person B tend to have their futures and education pathway be chosen by others around them or by their parents. It can be detrimental to their mental health if they are unhappy learning the subjects chosen by others. They may also feel that learning is a chore. Lastly, a person who does not practice self-directed learning will put responsibility on others for the things that they learn. They will blame the teachers for not teaching them a specific subject or blame the school for not providing a subject that they like. They may also feel that their success and achievement is not from their own hands since they are fed knowledge rather than actively seeking them.
Now, to conclude everything, we can tell that self-directed learning is something that is very important. Why should we use the method of self-directed learning? Firstly, it is to discipline our life. And what does it mean? By practicing self-directed learning, we will unconsciously build new habits, which are very good habits that will be useful on how we manage our daily tasks and activities. Secondly, it is to experience the joy in learning new things. Some people who are not aware with this method of learning, they mostly struggle to absorb information which affects their emotional response in learning new things. By doing self-directed learning, we are able to enjoy studying and explore more, as it helps us in identifying easy ways or much more effective ways in learning. Lastly, after we have enjoyed the process of learning, we will start to feel the motivation of finding out new things, and we will always seek out for knowledge. Because after trying hard to change your habits and force yourself on getting used to the self-directed learning, you will now start to feel the change in your life. You will start becoming more confident with the decision you make, you will value knowledge, or perhaps you will become more productive. Now, to end this session, I would like to remind you of a quote by Ken Blanchard. When you stop learning, you stop growing. That is all from us mushrooms today. Hopefully, this little session from us will become useful for you guys in the future. Thank you so much for the attention and have a nice day.
The faster you start, the faster you can learn something new. What's something you really wanted to do or learn? I don't know. I always wanted to learn a new language, like Japanese. See? You already have a goal. All you need is a plan. I can help you find online classes to take. Really? You would help me? Thanks. No problem. After that, you have to promise me you keep learning on your own, okay? Yeah, I'll try.